The fire burned so long I thought it was me. I didn't know the flame could set me free. Now all that's left is warmth against the sky, the afterglow of everything I survived. No ruins, just the color that remains. Where something broke and something else became. I trace the edge of where the hurting was, and find a kind of beauty in the scars. Because the glow that lives behind the flame is proof that I was burning, and I came through every heat, and something stayed alive. The afterglow, my own surviving light. Afterglow, I'm still warm from it. Afterglow, afterglow, I didn't lose the gift. Afterglow of everything the hardest seasons left. Afterglow, I still have breath. Afterglow, the sky is soft and pink. Afterglow, afterglow, I don't need what I used to think survival was enough, just getting through the tender and the rough of every day and closing doors behind and calling that the victory. But I find that something else is asking to be given. The warmth I kept alive, it keeps on living beyond me, into everything around. The warmth I carry needs to be passed down, because the warmth that cost me earned in fire is exactly what the cold around me requires. I carry it, and it was meant to share. The warmth I survived for is for everyone there. Carry the warmth, don't keep it in. Carry the warmth, let it begin to travel further than my own two hands. It understands that warmth does not diminish by the giving. Carry the warmth that is the living of everything the hard days meant for me. Carry the warmth, set it free. Every person who has made it through is carrying something, and they always knew on some level that the getting through was also preparation for what to do with what they learned, with what the fire made, with the knowledge that the cold cannot invade. When someone else walks out and holds a light, the warmth I carry turns another's night. And the more I give, the more I have. I know that seems illogical, but half of what I thought I knew was wrong. Carry the warmth and carry on. Carry the warmth, don't keep it locked. Carry the warmth, the cold is blocked when someone shows up. Carrying a light, carry the warmth through the night. Carry the warmth for everyone who's cold. Carry the warmth, the story told. But everything I survived was always this. Carry the warmth, it's the gift. I thought the fire had gone completely out. I lay in the dark without a single doubt that I was finished. I had nothing left to give. Too tired to burn, too stubborn still to live. But embers don't announce themselves out loud. They hold the heat beneath the cooling cloud of ash and silence, waiting for a breath. Too small to see, too warm to be called death. One ember, that's enough to start. One ember, somewhere in the dark of everything I thought had burned away. One ember, that's what made the day. Embers, I was still nights were when I felt it least. But even then, the ember held its peace. Deep in the middle of the gray and still, something in me had the will to not go out, to not become the dark, to keep the tiniest impossible spark of something that I couldn't even name. Just the smallest warmth, the last of flame. If you feel like you are nearly out, if you cannot feel the ember now, listen, it is there, too small to see, but warm enough, it's all you need to be alive. And that is everything. I was still on fire. Embers, something still burned higher than the longest, coldest night I ever knew. Embers, I came through. Embers, all it takes is one. Embers, and the work is done to bring the whole fire back from all marks gone. Embers, carry on. I learned to be a room with all the curtains drawn. I learned to need no one to keep carrying on. Alone by practice, lonely by design. I made a fortress out of the word fine. And no one knew, because I was convincing. The smile was practiced and the answer quick and rinsing. All the worry from whoever thought to ask. I was so good at the alone behind the mask. And then someone broke the curtain, let the light of caring in and sat with me through night and morning, and I understood that I never had to be this alone, never have to try. Never alone, I was always surrounded. Never alone, by the love that had hounded the edges of my fortress all along. Never alone, I just had it wrong. Never alone, there are people at the door. Never alone, I was never in this more than with the ones who kept on coming back. Never alone, that's the fact. The loneliest I ever was, I still had one person who refused to let me fill the silence completely, who kept leaving light on the other side of every darkest night. And now I count the ones who showed up slowly, who found the cracks inside the room I made. I forgot what the light looked like from here. It's been so long inside the gray and unclear. And now the morning is a color I misplaced, a warmth I didn't know I'd miss the taste of everything the light makes possible, of how the world looks full and plausible. When something in the sky decides to shine, I forgot, and now I'm learning how to find my second light. Not the first, not the same. My second light, it came from different flame, from everything I went through in the dark. My second light is made of my own heart. Second light, softer than the first. Second light, earned it through the worst of every night. Tried to tell me stay. Second light, I found my way. Second light, I see it differently. Second light, the world is new to me, because I've been inside the dark and came back through. Second light is truer. The first light comes to everyone at birth. You don't know what it cost, you don't know its worth. The second light is different, you have learned. You know the price, you know how hard you earned. This brightness that you're standing in right now, you built it from the inside out somehow. From every day you chose one more and stayed. Your second light is light you made. The second light, it has a different feel. The second light, I know that it is real, because I built it, because I chose to stay. My second light is here to stay. Second light, the suffer strongest sting. Second light, I know what it can bring, because I built it from the dark I came through. Second light is me and you. Second light, born and clear and true. Second light, everything is new. In the best way, in the real way, in the earned way. Second light, return again. I have been bracing for so long I forgot what it feels like when the bracing stops, when the landing comes and it is soft, when the ground is real and I am not falling anymore. I'm arrived. I have been in the air so long. quietly. I expected it to crash, to break. I expected something more at stake. But the soft landing came, and I just landed gentle, safe, and understood and handed somewhere I can finally breathe. Soft landing, I'm on the ground. I have been found by the kind of quiet I had given up. Soft landing, filling up with something I can only call release. Soft landing, underneath all the bracing was a floor I didn't see. Soft landing, found me. The people in your life who hold you gently, who say you're here, you're safe, you made it plenty. The moment when the worry lets you go, the soft landing is the thing you didn't know was coming, is the answer to the prayer you'd stopped believing anyone would hear. Soft landing is the unexpected grace of finding you have somewhere, someone, someplace. I was ready for the hard crash, I was ready for the break, but the soft landing found me when I had the most at stake. And it held me, and it held me, and it whispered, rest now, rest. The landing that the short road misses. I found the hidden places and the distances between the ordinary and the rare. The long way home put beauty everywhere that urgency and speed would never find. The long way home was generous and kind in ways the shortcut couldn't have prepared. The long way home, I'm glad I dared. And if you're on the long way, if the road feels like it has been carrying you more than you have owed, you are not behind, you are exactly where the long way puts you, approximately far along the road that will take you home. The long way, you are not alone. The long way home, I know this road. The long way home, I've loved every load. I've carried every load that I've expected. The long way home, I'm not rejected. I ride with more than dangerous. The long way home, I'm enemies of every friend I hate so it can get. The long way home is how I live. I lost things, I'm not gonna lie about it. I lost things, and I spent a year